This is the Mace, capable of one-shotting everyone who comes into his way. But what if one of your opponents is using one of the counter techniques I'm currently showing? Then you're pretty cooked. Or your opponent is just better than you. But today I'm gonna help you with this, because I'm trying to learn every Mace technique out there and explaining to you how to use them and how you can learn them by yourself, that I can get better and you can do it as. The first thing is how to really use the wind charges, because if you just use them normally, you don't get that high, but if you jump now, you get really a lot higher. If you see then this thing, that's normal, yeah, not that high, but if you now jump at the same time, bam, it's way higher. Okay, this technique is really OP. For that, you just have to look at the air, yeah, just like this, at the sun or just at the sky, and then you just throw the ender pearl and the wind charge, and bam, you mace your opponent, and it's really OP because it just leads you so high in the air. Okay, the next thing is extending. For that, you just jump up, but maybe you can't hit your opponent, just like this. But if you now put out your slime block, yeah, like this, while you're falling, you can extend your reach and hit him. It sounds really simple, but it's definitely really effective. The first technique of the advanced section is the lash strike. For that you just need a few stairs and the jump cost effect, and it allows you to mace your opponent without using wind charges. Now you place down the stair and jump and mace your opponent. Easy. And you can also do an attribute swap, but that we will cover later, but now you just place the stair, make an attribute swap, and it does massive damage. You saw? 12 hearts, that's amazing. There's just one problem, because you can't use it with wind burst, but we will cover that later. The next technique is head pearling. For that you just take out your pearls and throw it onto your enemy's top of the hitbox. Can you see? The top. And you need to jump first, and then you throw it. So we jump and we throw it. And yeah, you can jump while the pearl is flying or before. I don't hit it. Yeah, you can also jump before you hit the pearl. And it's also kinda easy, but I think it's a bit harder. Far pearling is kind of easy, but it can be hard to learn. And for that you just throw the ender pearl on someone when he's falling, yeah. No, should we do it now? Go when he's falling and then we mace him. It's similar to head pearling, but it's really good against wind charge spammers. Now we come to burst cancelling. This one is really OP, because you just take your wind charge, you jump up, you mace your opponent, but while you're landing, when you hit the ground, you press space key. And then your opponent gets launched up in the air. So we do it now, so jump, and then you press space while when you launch. And if you do this, and then only your opponent gets the wind burst effect and you don't, which allows you to crystal them if you're good at crystal, but I'm not. It's good to know, the nearer you're to your opponent, the higher your opponent gets launched in the air. This technique is one of my favorites, when not my favorite. For that you just need to wear your elytra, and you fly to your opponent, and when you hit the ground, you mace him. At the same time, just like you would do it with the burst cancelling. You know, just when you hit the ground at the same tick, you mace your opponent. So the server has a delay and he thinks that you do both. The best thing of it is that you can combo the things, and it's just amazing. The next one on the list is elytra potting, but you just need some pots and then you fly in the air. And you now just take out your pots and throw wind charge. Not like this, you have to fly in a straight line. Then you throw it, bob, and you get 1 minute of speed, a bit over that. Now you take out our strength and just have 10 seconds. And now we throw it. Oh, I missed it. We throw it, and then I got 1 minute and 5 seconds of speed. It's not that effective because you don't get the full effect, but it's still a good technique if you just have to fall really fast. Now we come to the first technique of the main playstyle section. This is the attribute swap. It's the best technique all of Mace. It allows you to deal a so freaking high amount of damage. This was a normal hit, okay? Just normal hit, 2 hearts. And this is an attribute swap. It does so much damage, okay? You don't believe how much damage it does. It works by holding your sword, and right at the moment when you jump, you switch to the mace, and then you hit. So You jump, switch to the mace and hit. Jump, switch to the mace and hit. You have to do it in one tick. It's really easy if you do it with mouse buttons. It just makes it really easy to strafe with it. Just like this, yeah, you strafe. And without, if you use like R or something, it's really hard because you have to use the one button to get to your sword and the button for the mace. But you could obviously also put your sword on another button. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion about this one. You may have already heard about b-hopping. It's really hard to learn, but once you have it out, it's just cool. So you jump up with the elytra. You can go up many more blocks than just one block with this. So you walk to the front, look at the ground, and then you jump. For me, personally, I like to spam the space key. It just makes it way easier, but now you can see I can't go up more than one block. But when I b-hop, I go back and do this, and I can go up those 2 blocks. And you can even go up for 3 blocks or to the right, how you want it. But you can also combine it with a wind charge. This is a normal wind charge. Not that high. But if you now use it with the elytra and the b-hop, you can go up so high. And it's just way better than just spamming your wind charges and trying to kill your enemy. This one is really interesting as well. It's a variation of far purling, where you let your enemy jump, you turn on them, and then you double mace with the breach mace. It's way better than the normal mace. This one does 7 hearts, and the normal breach hit does 4 hearts. There's also a variation for the aerial pearl catch, dive bombing, for that you just glide down after you hit the aerial pearl catch. You could also dive bomb on a pearl that the enemy missed, then we have the pearl chasing. This one is really hard to learn, but it's really cool. It's the elytra macing. For that, you have to take out your elytra and you fly up, then you fly down and you mace your opponent. So you fly, but you don't have to use another rocket because there's something called skidding, and yeah, you see, and you don't have to use another rocket. You can just re-equip your elytra. You do this and you fly down. Okay, and now you have to do it faster, so you get the skidding. So you fly up like this, then fly down. You have to, okay, I didn't hit it, but yeah, you have to hit it. So just like this. It's really hard to learn, but it's really cool after you get it. By the way, by just using another rocket when you're up again, you can chain it. This one is really fun, but you have to offer a fishing rod instead of a totem. It's really sad, but you have to jump up, mace your opponent, and you rod him. You mace him again, you rod him. You can chain it like infinite. This one is a combination of burst cancelling and jump boost. So you jump up, and when you hit the ground, then you press space. So jump. It's kind of similar to burst cancelling. This looks like this, but now you do it when you hit the jump boost effect. So don't just hit him. You have to hit the ground and then you press space and hit it. Just like burst cancelling, but with jump boost. And the nearer you are to your enemy, the higher he's gonna launch up in the air. Okay, we start with the shield hunters. The most known one is the backstab, but then you just jump up, and then you go behind your enemy and you mace him. Kinda simple. Only problem is that your opponent could just turn. The next one is a pre-shield disable. For that you just jump up, instantly spam your axe, and then you just mace him. Yeah, simple. Spam the axe, mace him. The stun slam is the hardest disabling technique of them all. For that you have to jump, break his shield, and then you have to mace him. There's also something called shield destroying. For that you have to jump up and switch to the axe and then fast to the density mace. Then you just have to spam the mace, and it does so much damage to the shield. Just like you can see it, that's crazy. There's also a web countering technique, but that's just 8 levels too much for me, so I can't show you this one, but I will link it at the end of the video. If someone's always hiding under blocks or trees, you can just fly away and come back and fly under this platform and mace them, but you have to make sure that you don't wear your elytra. video has come to an end. If you liked it, you can just hit the subscribe button, because it took me a lot of time to do this video, especially learning these techniques, because they are kinda hard, some of them at least. And bye bye.